Hello and welcome to another Excel video with Rich Kerr. In this scenario, we're going to be taking a look at the Excel form tool, which we can use to help us browse through long lists of data, maybe look up a record without having to do a VLOOKUP. So it can be a very convenient way to peruse a data set without the need for formulas, and you can actually create some filtering and use it to add new records to the bottom. So if you want to pause and open up a file of yours with lots of data, or you just want to type up some data, that's fine, and we'll make it happen after the break. Okay, so let's take a look at this data set. I've just got some sample data, and if we take a look at the last cell, we go from A1 down to H2156. So I've got 2,156 rows of data. And let's say I need to look up something via order number. Well, of course, we could do a VLOOKUP formula to find that data. But I can also use the form tool. And the form tool is not on the ribbon, nor is it on the quick access toolbar. So I'm going to add it to the quick access toolbar, which you can do in 07 or in 2010. If you're in 2010, of course, you could create your own ribbon area to add that to, and your own tab on the ribbon. But we'll do it on the quick access toolbar. So I'll hit the drop down arrow and go to more commands, and I'm going to switch the grouping of commands to commands not in the ribbon, and then I'll tap or click inside that list and tap the letter F on my keyboard until I find form ... Now this is not to be confused with a user form that you can program in Visual Basic. This is actually a built-in bit of functionality. It's just not on the ribbon, so we have to dig into here to find it. So I'm going to add that tool, the form tool, to my quick access toolbar and click OK. So now let's say I need to find, we'll say order number 852. So I'll click the form tool, and it brings up a dialog box which shows me the values from the first record. And I can actually use the scroll bar to move through the records. So that lets me move up and down in my data set. There's a scroll bar that I can drag myself until I drag down to 852 or even get close, and then I can use the arrows on the scroll bar to go to 852. So that's one method. I can actually just scroll through the list and it shows me the details on order 852. Now note that it doesn't scroll the spreadsheet actually, so it doesn't synchronize the movement of rows. It just shows me the data that would be in the corresponding record. So that's one method of using the form tool. Let's say I needed to find an order that was shipped, let's say to London, and the extended price was greater than $1,000. So I'm going to click the criteria button, which blanks out my form. And for ship city, I'll type London. And for extended price, I'll type greater than equal to 1,000. So I can use this to create a criteria. Once I've done that, I click Find Next, and it takes me to record 974, which we can see does have the city as London and the extended price of $11.40. There might be other records in here that meet that criteria. The form tool does not give me a count of records that meet the criteria, but I can click Find Next, and order 1069 meets the criteria. Find Next, order 1350, 1352. So I can keep clicking Find Next until eventually there are no more records that meet the criteria. So at least I can go through knowing that I will land on records that meet my criteria. If I need to go back through those records, I can choose Find Previous. And so that's how that works. Now, you can also use this to add new records. So let's say I wanted to add a new record to the list, but I don't want to go through the process of scrolling down to the bottom. I just want to use this pop-up. So this can be a convenient way to do so. If I click the New button, then I can add a new order ID. So I'll just make one up. I'll say order number 3000, and I'll say that the salesperson is Jennifer Aniston. And I'll say the order date is May 15th of 2012. Company name, ABC Inc., etc., etc. Ship name, We'll say, Joe Smith. Well, I guess company name is my shipper, yeah. So I'll say company name is UPS. And then we'll say ship city is Boston, ship country USA, extended price $5,000. And that's all you do. You actually type that in, and you can just click close at that point. Now, if we jump down to the bottom, we can see that that record was added to the list. So that's the form tool, and we use it to scroll through large lists of data, find records that meet a certain criteria, and even add new records to our list. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for tuning in, and please come back soon for more Excel videos. Have a great day.